A 22-year-old Palestinian man was shot and killed today while trying to stab an Israeli soldier near the West Bank city of Hebron. He was the 43rd Palestinian killed by Israeli fire just since the beginning of this year, as the IDF continues its operation breaking the wave against terror groups in the West Bank. This, of course, in response to the series of terror attacks last year that left 31 people in Israel dead. With us in the studio, or still with us, I should say, our defense correspondent, Jonathan Regev. Jonathan, tell us about this incident. And, of course, other IDF busy across the West Bank today.
Yes, the fact that the whole world is busy with another major headline, that does not mean that this operation in the West Bank has ended. The continuous nightly raids in the West Bank continue all the time. And this afternoon, earlier today, a Palestinian man approached a checkpoint in the area of Hebron in the southern West Bank, was then shot and killed by soldiers on site. Later on, they revealed that he had a will on him, saying that he wants to die as a martyr, basically understanding that if he approaches soldiers trying to stab them, he will probably not make it out alive. And if we look at this, what has been happening since the beginning of the year, we see a major rise in the number of casualties on both sides. There's the terrible terror attack in Neve Yaakov, which left 7 Israelis killed, by far the most deadly terror incident we saw against Israelis in at least a decade. And on the Palestinian side as well, I think the number is over 40 now. Clearly a high rise in numbers. Israelis constantly ask if we're about to see what is called here a third intifada, a third Palestinian uprising. Many people are saying we're already in it.
Right, but we should stress, not a popular uprising of the kind that we saw before, but more of these either isolated attacks or disturbingly major attempts at attacks by these Palestinian terror cells.
Yes, this is not organized, and still, even now, and even that the terrible incident in Neve Yaakov, the vast majority of the incidents we're seeing are carried out by what is called here lone wolves. Not necessarily an organization behind, but someone that wakes up in the morning, takes his car, takes a knife from the kitchen. You do not need a lot of preparation for that, and just goes to stab or run over the first Jewish man that they see. Even a firearm is not something that is very difficult to obtain in East Jerusalem or the West Bank, and that's what the Palestinians are doing. Mostly, yes, this is not some kind of an organizational or popular move, but many people incited. It is very easy to incite today, much easier than it was in the 80s in the first Palestinian uprising, or 20 years ago in the second one. There's social media. Incitement there is working all the time, and as we see, the incitement, unfortunately, is working.